Hello everyone, happy Friday. Gonna start tonight's stream. Ace-10 suited versus under the gun race. Against a weaker player, we're probably just gonna put in a 3-bet. Folding here is obviously fine as well. Here with the call, I'm just gonna fold. When a solid player call on the button, we kind of have to force to fold there. With the gut shot, we're just gonna call a flop. Fold that. Here we turn open-ended, we're just gonna start betting. Got raised. Probably have to call this mid-raise. Not a big fan though. We do get there, but any jacks beats us. he does check it down. Folding against a pretty tight player. And folding to the turn bet, because this board connect with his calling range pretty hard, and then we don't have any equity, so. And then that guy's like never folding to 3 bets. I mean, never folding to C bets, so we can just fold. Folding ace knight here. Against under the gun race, this is normally a fold, but I feel like the big blind is kind of like a recreational player, so, and I don't think he's gonna squeeze that often, so it's gonna call because of this guy. If the big blind is like a regular, we definitely just gonna fold here. Calling with force, and we do turn the set. I'm gonna put him on a jack here, or like some kind of flush draw. Just gonna bet for value actually. I think a jack is calling. I guess he have like 2 hearts. Here with open this straight draw and the backdoor flush, obviously we're gonna c-bet. I'm gonna size up a little bit. This guy 3 bets 18% of the time. Here we're gonna put in a 4 bet with kings. Here we're just gonna start betting, and here against this guy we're gonna 4 bet and get it in, just because he 3 bets 18% of the time. It's against like someone who 3 bet like maybe 8 to 10% of the time, it's most likely, most of the time I'll just call here. Here we're just gonna get it in. And right, we do run into aces, that's unfortunate. Against somebody who 3 bet like almost 20% of the time, just like have to get it in there. What's the turn? Then so be it. Never folding kings. Here we're gonna barrel. It's unlucky there, running into aces against a player like that. There's absolutely nothing you can do there. Facing 3 players, we're just gonna check. I'm just gonna give up here against an unknown player. And we flop top set, and that is the nuts. Start with the small C bet. Calling 3-way. We do flop top pair and got shot. Probably just gonna go for the check raise. Not the greatest turn. Facing a 4-bet, we're just gonna fold. And here, we're gonna call and then fold the river. I really wanted to call there. Here we're gonna overbet the turn. Small blind, 3 blind, we're just gonna call. Here he does call it overbet. He must have an ace here. We're just gonna bet the amount that an ace would call. He must have like a pretty strong ace there as well, defending with king 5 suited. Queen 7-7, we're gonna start with a small c bet. Calling this board with the backdoor flush draw and gut shot. Here we're gonna bet pretty big on the turn. And we're gonna jam the river. Hopefully he doesn't have queen jack. Most likely he has king queen here. Calling with 9-10, 9-8 suited. Got shot on overcards. He does use a pretty large sizing. Not exactly sure we should continue. Here we do get 4-bet pretty big. Against this player, we're just gonna fold. As well. Opening with 10-8 suited on the cutoff. Pretty dry flop. We do have backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, and backdoor straight draw. Just gonna go for a small c bet. Here we're gonna isolate the limper. He only had $20. Here we do get check raised. Against a player who play only half stack, we just have to fold here. Not gonna try to make a play against a player like that. Putting a raise here, I feel like. Actually, we're just gonna call. And then hit the Sakal. It's very unfortunate. Small pot though. This player is super loose, so we're pretty much defending with any two. I'm just gonna check back here. With the backdoor flush draw and bottom pair, we're just gonna call once. And we do pick up the flush draw. Probably go for check raise here. He does check behind. I don't think we have the best hand unless he have like ace jack or ace queen. Yeah, he does have a pair. Do get 4-bet. Gonna put in a 4-bet and get it in here. Here we're just gonna fold ace queen off. Suited we can probably see a flop. 3-betting with 10-9 suited against button open. Just call it a jam. Free roll. We don't get there. Gonna put in a 3-bet with nice here. Never like just calling under the gun +1 versus under the gun raise. It's either fold or 3-bets. I think flatting just create too much problem. Unless we're doing it to trap with aces and kings or ace king, then it makes sense. But other than that, it's always better to just 3-bet or fold. On this flop, I'm just gonna start with a small c-bet. We do get called. Not exactly sure what we beat here. I think he could have like pocket 8s, pocket 7s. I'm just gonna check behind on this turn. Not a bad river. If he has pocket 7, pocket 8s, we still beat it. But I feel like he might have like a lot of king queens here as well. He does have ace king. That's a little bit surprising. Facing a 4-bet from an unknown player who hasn't 4-bet, we're just gonna fold ace queen. Ace jack suited here. Folding is okay. If we want to play, just gonna put in your 3-bets. We do flop backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw. Gonna start with the small c-bet. Here we're gonna. Here we do pick up extra equity with the flush draw. Definitely gonna barrel this one pretty big. Alright. And we're gonna jam the river. And we're jamming. I expect him to have like jacks top of his range, maybe like ace 10, something like that. But we have all the queens generally, but yeah, it's very hard for against our range. That's nice. folding. There's not enough player today. I feel like, yeah, there's only 43 players, unfortunately. I feel like the game is a little bit slower. Opening Queen Jack suited. We do have to wait a little bit longer between hands because there's not enough player tonight. People going out to party on Fridays. Four betting here is okay. Just gonna go for a call here. 8s instead of pocket jacks. You have ace king. That's kind of crazy. Not gonna complain though. Seems like a crazy player. Non-believer. Calling station. Here with ace 10 facing a three-way, we just need to put out 250 more. Just gonna see a flop. And here we're gonna put in a 3-bet with 5s. With the gut shot, gonna start with a check. And here against this crazy player, we're just gonna put in a 3-bet. I don't expect him to fold at all, so. Not the worst, not a bad flop for 5s. Just gonna start with the small. Actually, we're gonna check. We don't have any equity here. Here we're gonna start with a small bet. And I'm gonna check again. Probably just gonna check fold because I'm not gonna bluff this guy that much. Ace high might be the best hand here. Just gonna fold. Here we're gonna check back. That's actually a pretty bad river. Hit a lot of hands that we originally beat, so I'm just gonna fold. He could have like some ace jack, queen jack. Just gonna fold king 4 there. I'm just gonna put in a 3-bet here. This guy's way too loose for us to fold king queen. Checking back on this flop. We do pick up extra equity with the gut shot. Just gonna barrel and probably get it in. I feel like he has a lot of pocket 6s here. Pocket 7s, something like that. He snap call. We're actually just gonna give up here because this guy just call us with ace high 2 streets, so and here we're gonna barrel pretty big. We do have aces up. Make it 70 and get it in on the river. Never folding against this guy. He could have ace queen. We can't fold. He does have ace queen. That's another cooler. Nothing we can do. Just unlucky there. A reason why we call is because there's also flush draw out there, and he could be doing that with like Jack 10 of hearts, King Jack of hearts, King 10 of hearts. So there's a lot of combination that he could be bluffing there, semi-bluffing with. And then he could also have ace king or ace 3, so we're just never folding there. I'm gonna start betting. Hello my friend, welcome to the stream. Three bet and four bet, ace 10 offsuits, easy fold. Not gonna defend with a6 off. Okay, it's pretty close between 3-betting and just folding. I think we just fold here. Folding to the 3-bets. We do get cold called by this stationary type of player. I'm gonna start with a small c-bet. Pretty good turn. I'm gonna barrel this one pretty big. And then get it in on the river. He does fold. It's a little bit surprised. That guy seems like he's calling anything. Blind versus blind, queen 9 offsuit, easy open. Flop a gacha, backdoor straight draw. I'm gonna start with a small c-bet. Opening with Jack 10 suited. We do turn double gutter. I'm just gonna barrel this one. Pocket sixes against an unknown player. Blind versus blind. Getting 3-bet. We're just gonna call and play out of position. That's one of the worst flop for our hands. flop the nuts. Gonna start with a small C bet. And here on this turn, we're just gonna check. I think if we bet, he's just gonna fold like way too often, so we can just check and show some weaknesses. Hopefully he has like 2 pairs. Definitely gonna check raise this turn. And we do get called, and we're just gonna jam the river actually. 8-9. Go for 70. So if he has like 2 pairs, gonna call. He got lucky. So he had a gut shot in the flush draw. Double gutter in the flush draw on the turn. That makes sense. But that jam at the river was like way overplaying his hands. We're gonna see a flop with 7-8 suited. Probably check raising this flop. He does use a pretty big sizing, and we're gonna go for a check raise. And then we do just pick up the pot. And here, on this flop, we're gonna go for a check raise here as well. He does call fairly quickly. Just gonna barrel the turn. About 75%. And straight does get there. Just gonna check it to him. Hopefully he only has like queen jack or something. Don't think he's ever bluffing here. When he bets here, he always has it. With the gut shot, we're just gonna go for a small C bet. Here's just unfortunate that the way the board ran out. I feel like he has a lot of jack 10, 10-9, 10-8 here, so there's a really good chance that he'd get there on the river, so we're just gonna fold. Not happy about it, but I think that's the correct decision. Here facing this guy, we're actually gonna put in a 4-bet. Obviously we're folding to a jam. We do just win the pot. That's nice. Four, 5 offsuit, not gonna defend. Just a little bit too weak, doesn't play that well post flop. I'm gonna open Jack 10 off. check folding on this flop. We're gonna check back on this flop. I'm gonna start betting a little bit. Gonna see a flop with 7-9 suited. Here, gonna put in a 3-bet. Do flop a gut shot. Just gonna check behind here. And we turn open in this straight draw. Here on this board, we're just gonna start with a small c-bet. Here we just check. Jack high could be the best hand here. Yes, we do suck out. Here we're just gonna start betting. Here when we check the turn, we're just gonna start betting. Even though this guy doesn't fold much. But the board just connect with our range pretty hard. Facing two limpers. Gonna do like a huge race. Don't mind the fold. Here on this board, we're just gonna check. Three betting with 10-9 suited. Gonna lower the sizing a little bit. Because he only has $155. Not really the right odds if he has like jacks, so I'm just gonna fold. This is normally a fold, but against a unknown recreational player, seems like we're gonna call and then just take our chances. Hopefully that we don't get squeezed. And we do see a flop, but we don't get there. I'm gonna fold to the c-bet. Here under the gun, we raise under the gun and facing a small blind 3-bet, and then he doesn't have that much, so we're just gonna fold here actually. Here we do get 3-bet by a pretty loose player. He doesn't have that much. I'm just gonna put in a 4-bet and get it in. Small c-bet with mid pair. Here we do have aces on 2 tables. And obviously we're putting a 4-bet here. He has kings. It's unlucky for him. Just a cooler. Nothing he can do there. Similarly to the hand that we lost earlier with the 2-pair versus better 2-pair. Pretty dry board. It's just nothing you can do. Sometimes you just have to lose your stack and then not feel sad about it, you know? Because it does happen. Sometimes coolers happens. This is poker. Not gonna open with king 4 suited. Here we do flop a 10. Gonna start with a check, I think. Because he just doesn't have that many It just doesn't connect that well with this board. I'm gonna start with the small bets. Hopefully he'll call with like pocket 7 or pocket 8s, pocket 9s, something like that. And here we're just gonna fold. We're gonna check, and then if he had like a flush, I mean, he does only have king queen. Defending with pocket 6s. Check folding on that flop. Against this recreational player, we're just gonna put in a 3-bet with 10s. Start with the small c-bet. We have all the ace king, king queen in our range. Recreational player just attacking for now. Recreational player just attacking for now. Not the greatest river, just gonna check. If he has like pocket 9s here, he's not betting. And he does give up. 8-6 there is exactly the same as pocket 9s, because he does have some showdown value, and then he's just, unless he's like a really polished loose aggressive player, then he can hopefully pick up the pot. He calls. Okay, on this turn I think we just bet like half the pot, and then barrel the river if we miss. And we do river the straight, but flush also gets there. This is just a call. Raising is a mistake here because he can have a flush. He can have a boat. Not a boat, but he can have a flush. Most likely he just have an ace, so we're just gonna call. And he does just have an ace. And raising there is a mistake because I don't think he's calling with an ace, assuming that he's a good player. And if he only has an ace, it's very hard for him to call as well. So I just don't see that much value in just raising. So calling there is probably the best play. It's definitely something that I develop over time. Before, like I always try to go for maximum value by raising there, but I just ran into too much trap. And later just decided it's not worth it to do it. Depending on who you're playing against, if you're playing against like a superstation kind of fish tag player, then for sure. If it's against like a bad rags, I wouldn't do it. Because even bad rags, they still know like what they're doing. Pocket 7 just gonna see a flop. With the gut shot to the nuts. Here we're just gonna check again. And we're definitely calling that. And facing a raise, we just fold. Pretty easy fold. Just gonna check again. And I expect him to barrel here a lot. We do win with ace high. We just gave up. We're just gonna fold here. The blind, we're just gonna fold. Suited, we can probably see a flop, but offsuit just doesn't play that well against his range. I'm just gonna call and try to see if I X a little bit too much. And here we have aces. And here we have aces. We do face a 3-bet from the blind. I'm gonna go for the call here. Most of the time we 4-betting, but I'm gonna go for just a call. On this board, we're just gonna start with half pot sizing. Here we do pick up a second pair, but it's hardly the best hand against 3 players. Just gonna check. And I'll be pretty happy to just win the pot. Because as the board run now, ace queen is actually probably the best hand here. Unless they like back. Jack, king jack offsuit facing 3 pairs, just gonna fold. Here versus under the gun raise, we're gonna put in a 3-bet. I'm gonna make the size a little bigger because we're playing 200 big blind deep. Pretty good flop. Just gonna start with a check because we're playing a lot deeper. We don't have a spades here. I do expect him to have like at least ace queen here if he barrel this turn. And he does barrel the turn. I'm trying to think if we should like jam here, or at least putting a check raise. Have ace queen here. Check calling with 7s. This is kind of brutal. I think we had to fold just because we did put him on ace, and he can very much. This is the risk you have to be taking if you playing ace king out of position, but it's tough because it's 200 big blind deep. It's like no matter how you play it. Probably have a set, or at least ace queen. I think most likely ace queen though. It's just a bad river for us. If it's like another, like any other hands, any other river, I think it's not gonna do that because I just feel like jamming. If I were him, I'd probably just go for a value bet and hoping that ace king will call. It's kind of crazy. 100 big blind deep. But it's very normal, like the deeper you start playing, like some people experience playing deeper think it's gonna work 75% of the time. It just doesn't really make sense. Go for a small c-bet, and here we're gonna bet when we check the second time. I'm gonna go for a small, facing that kind of sizing, we're just gonna fold. Let's pop by. I just don't see. We actually don't beat anything. Ace king, nice hand, nice hand. Turn open ended straight draw. Here with the gut shot, which folding. Turn. I'm gonna go for a check on this flop. The back from under the gun. This guy 4-bet quite often. I'm not exactly sure like how much credit we're. I guess we just fold. Not really happy. With the backdoor flush draw, pretty dry board. We try to go for a small c-bet and then try to take it down. Yeah, I just don't think this guy is the guy that we want to bluff. Calling with ace queen suited. We should barrel that guy. Here we're just gonna call actually. Actually, we're gonna put in a little race. Just gonna check back this turn, and then he's like a station, so he's never like folding a pair here. So I just don't see how betting here will be profitable. Got top pair under jacks. Maybe like nice sevens, pocket eights. Just gonna target probably jacks here. He called ace jack. Oh wow, that guy's crazy. And then he like check call like 2-3 with like ace king high, and then he just did that again with ace jack high. Like, damn, fuck man, people are crazy. That guy's crazy. Queen. He's almost always gonna bet this river. Against this guy, we are definitely gonna call. Even raising is fine. Here we're just gonna check behind. Gonna bet for value here. I just think like pair 7 is almost always the best hand here. With 0-1 overcard, we're calling. Not a bad turn. Just gonna do like a blocker bet here. Here we do get 3-bet by the blind. He does have a very small 3-bet percentage, 2.74. I think we can see a flopping position against a player like that. It's definitely not a flop we want to see. Ace 10 suited. Oh, it's really close. We're actually just gonna call because this guy's like a complete calling station, passive calling station. My channel, thank you. Thanks for the follow. Just gonna check fold here. Here with queens, we just have to put a 3-bet. If he 4-bets, I'm not gonna like our hands that much. He has to have at least ace jack here. He does just call and then we do flop middle set. Here we're gonna 3-bet a little bit bigger. Against this player we're calling. Normally this is a fold or 3-bet, but against that player we're gonna call. He could have ace king here. I don't think he has kings. Obviously kings is definitely in his range as well. Gonna go for check jam here. I think if he has ace king, he has to bet here with 2 flush draw out there. And then once he puts some money in, it's very hard to fold to a check jam. Let's just hope that he doesn't have kings here. It's very very unlikely he has kings. He does check behind. We're just gonna jam here actually. I don't think ace king is folding here. Here we're gonna put in a 4-bet and get it in. Here we're gonna put in a 4-bet and get it in. Oh, it does call. I don't think he has anything there, unfortunately. If we bet, we kind of have to call a jam. Actually, let's just put it in. We could bet to a flush. And yeah, let's just put it in. And we do just pick up the pot. Because that guy costs way too many 4-bets. So I don't give him credit for real hands. The real possible hand that he could have there was ace queen. And then he just doesn't have that many ace queen combinations since we block ace queen. Good for us that it wasn't called though, because if he has any type of like pocket 10s, jacks, I think he's calling. Defending with queen 10 off, blind versus blind, and then we do flop open the straight draw. Folding to 3-bet with ace 8 off. And here we're gonna defend against this player. It's recreational player. Obviously we're calling to the c-bet. And we'll pick up extra equity. Check folding here. He does check the turn. We're gonna start betting a little bit. Check folding here. I think we have the best hand. I'm just not sure if he's gonna call a value bet with a jack, so we're just gonna check behind. And we do have the best hand. You have queen 5. Wow. Here, after the flop gets checked, we're just gonna bet the turn. And here on this board, we're just gonna start with a small c-bet. And we do just pick up the pot. This guy is gonna be a recreational player. Ace king suited. Nice looking hand. Here with the pair 3 and the flush draw. Actually, we're gonna start betting. Thus gets called. Just gonna check here. When somebody who's normally pretty passive come out and bet like this, normally they have it, so I'm just gonna give it credit for a real hand. Like, we don't beat much anyways, like we only beat a bluff, and I just don't think that he's bluffing there. Ace 10 suited, we're just gonna, here we're gonna 3-bet with jacks, and we're just gonna call. With the diamond out there, we'll probably check call this flop. He does use a pretty good size c-bet. Just gonna call, and we do turn a queen. I'm gonna check again. I don't think he would bet that big if he had a jack there. I think he has like something like pocket 10s, pocket 9s, something like that. We're just gonna target that and bet like 20. He could have pocket 8s here. Calling with pocket 5s, try to hit a set. He has pocket kings. Oh wow, that's a little bit shocking, but nice hand. I'm just gonna fold here against our friend. Folding the c-bet after we missed. Gonna start with a small c-bet with our gut shot and backdoor flush draw. We do get called. This guy doesn't squeeze that much, so we're gonna call with 6s. Here we're just gonna check behind without diamonds. On this flop, we're just gonna check fold. Facing that bet, we're just gonna fold. Good thing we didn't barrel the turn, because when he bet like that, he's almost always have a king there. Opening with king jack suited. Here we're just actually gonna 3-bet against this guy with king jack off. It's a little bit loose, but against a recreational player, I think we're okay. I'm gonna check back on this flop. And we do flop top pair. On this board, we're gonna c-bet a little bigger. Small c-bet. Here we're gonna barrel the turn. Just like a blocker bet. We turn 2 pair, so we're gonna barrel this turn. And he does call again, and then flush draw does miss on the river, and he dunk bet 100. I feel like he has ace jack here actually. We don't be much, and I don't see that he just come out and betting as a bluff. I guess he could have like 10-8. That's the only hand that makes sense. Maybe like 10-8 of hearts. But I don't see us winning here, so we're just gonna fold. I'm gonna start betting small on the turn. It's unfortunate, but I think that's the correct fold. Just gonna 3-bet with 7s. And here we're gonna 3-bet with kings. And just gonna check the river. Call with king high. Back-to-back kings. And we do get 4 bets. Just gonna fold. Maybe we consider calling is like a little bit deeper. But... And here we do get 3-bet again. This guy 3-bet 17% of the time. We're just gonna put in a huge 4-bet. Hopefully we see a good flop, and that's one of the good flops. I'm gonna go for a small c-bet. Actually, we're gonna go for a check. Cause he just nothing connects to this board unless he have like ace king, and then we block ace king super hard. So most likely he has nothing, like an ace queen or something. And then I'm just gonna jam. He does have king jack, with the heart as well. Good thing we held up. I was trying to digest what he was trying to do, because he did call a huge 4-bet in position with king jack suited. But I'm not surprised though, that guy's one of the worst regulars. Still a little bit shocking though. Not gonna see bet on this flop. We're actually gonna trap here by just calling. I'm gonna bet the turn. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to call a huge 4-bet with king jack suited. Okay, nobody 3-bet us. This is a pretty good flop for queens. 3-betting here. Ace queen off. As under the gun racer, he has a lot of jacks, a lot of pocket 10s, pocket 9s. Obviously, he could have a lot of kings and aces as well. We're gonna start with a small c-bet because this board just doesn't connect well with anything. And we do get a call. Not exactly sure what he has. I'll probably put him on like pocket 5s, like some kind of small pocket pairs. He could obviously have an 8, but it's less likely. Here we're check calling with the open-ended straight draw. And once the flop gets checked, we're just gonna bet the turn. And here we're actually just gonna start checking because, like, the only hand he could have is like an 8, like 8x. Or here we're gonna 4-way, we're gonna call with the ace 4 suited. And here we do river a boat. I'm gonna just bet like really small. And here like the only hand he could have here is like 8x in pocket 5s, pocket 6s, right? So there's no reason to like bet because most likely he'll fold. I don't think he has a 3 here, so we're just gonna check call. And if you have like pocket 7s, pocket 6s, he probably just check behind. And he does have pocket 6s. Here, when the flop gets checked around, we're gonna start betting the turn. So against that hand, like if we just barrel the river, if we bet the river, I mean if we bet the turn, very often it's just gonna fold. Maybe you call one more time, but it's just less likely because we do have a lot of 8s in our range. Here we do get checked, and we're just gonna check this river. All the draw miss, so if he bets, I think we have to call. We're just gonna give up on this pot. He does just have a 10. Small C bet. I think if we barrel the turn, it'll probably be the same result in terms of how much we can make against his hands specifically. But against his range, I think checking and check calling was a lot safer because he could have a lot of 8x there. And then if we just barrel the turn and then we barrel the river, we just lose more money when we don't have the best hand, and then we're not gonna make too much when we do have the best hand. Does that make sense? So I do like check calling there on that board, and then with the way the hand played out. Obviously we're folding queen nine off. We have kings here and we have queens on this table. It's a raise and 3 bet. Here we're gonna put in a 3 bet with queens, and then we're gonna put in a 4 bet with kings and get it in. He does just call. Checking behind here with queens. I'm gonna start with a small C bet actually. Calling the turn. When the club gets there, we probably just jam. We do have the king of clubs. Here we're just gonna fold. I think if he had queens, he probably just jam pre. I just don't see we folding here, so we're just gonna put it in. Good thing he didn't snap call. So I think most likely we have the best hand here. He probably had like jacks. If he had like jacks with jacks of club, that'd be really good for us. Here against a bigger stack, we're just gonna put like a bigger 3 bets. Because there, like, we're never folding, so if we were not folding, then what's the point of just, you know, like, betting small or like check calling? Like, we're never folding there, so might as well just put maximum pressure, just get it in. And then people might make a mistake by overcalling, and then you could always be bluffing there, so. I'm checking behind here, actually. I'm gonna go for a small C bet, and here, gonna go for a small C bet. And he does call. We're gonna check behind here with second pair. This is actually one of the worst turn. Obviously, you can barrel. calling the turn bet. Gonna check behind here. And the river just constantly gets worse. I just hope that he has pocket tens here. Checking behind. Nice hand. Checking behind. He does have pocket tens. Nice, good for us. Running good. He doesn't like to see those turns in river too. The reason why I didn't barrel the turn there was because our hand actually has some showdown value. So if we had like absolute air there, then I'm leaning more towards just barreling and then barreling off on the river. But since we have some showdown value, so that's why I decided not to go for the triple barrel, because I don't, like, if you guys watch me long enough, like I just don't second barrel and then give up on the river that often. So we're actually gonna float this flop, and we do pick up the flush draw on the turn. Probably gonna go for a check raise, I think. He could be barreling here with like absolutely nothing, or like jacks or queens. So check raising does have some full equity. I'm just gonna check raise to 30, and then hopefully he just fold. And he does just fold. He could be barreling there with like nothing, so we do have a lot of full equity by check raising. Here we just a gush shot, we're just gonna fold. Defending with ace-9 suited. Facing under the gun +1 3-bet. As under the gun raiser, king queen offsuit just gets dominated super often here, so it's better to just fold. Here we're just gonna flow on this flop because the flop hits our range pretty hard. And turns at 10, we're gonna lead this turn. When we have the flush draw, that's just fold, that's nice. It's always better for people to just fold so we don't have to get there. But even if he calls there, I'm not too worried, because if we hit our flush, we're gonna value bet. If we miss, we're just gonna barrel like super big on the river, and then it'll be very difficult for him to call, because we could have a lot of tens there. Facing 4-bet, we're just gonna fold here. Facing a 3-bet in the cold call. Suited ace, we're just gonna call and see a flop. Pocket deuces. This is normally a fold, but I feel like those two are like recreational players, so I'm gonna take a chance just seeing a flop. Against better regular, like we'll get squeezed a lot there, so I just never calls. On that flop, we're just gonna fold. Raise in the call. Just gonna fold. 4-7 suited, just not valuable at all. Checking. Not exactly sure what they have. This guy might have ace king, ace queen, pocket nice wings. Ace queen off here. Here against 3 players, we're just gonna c-bet a little bit bigger. And here, 4-betting's okay. Folding's okay too. I think folding's a little bit too weak. Actually, we're just gonna fold here. I think folding there is like very rare, but like we fold there very rarely, maybe like 30% of the time, 70% of the time just 4-bet. I think the reason why we just decided to fold is because our buddy was the 3-betters, and yeah, that changes everything. We probably shouldn't change the way we play because we're playing a friend, but sometimes I think it's okay. This crazy guy just jammed. We're gonna fold, and then I'm curious to see what he have. Mid 3-bet. Let's just do. Oh, this guy's like a super huge fish. I'm just gonna call and see a flop against that guy. Here we check calling with deuces, and we turn the deuce. That's nice. Hopefully he has aces. Against 2-player, squeeze in the middle, we're just gonna fold. He does barrel again, so there's a chance that he have aces. So I'm just gonna call it. Actually, we're gonna do a check raise. I'm debating. He could be bluffing here, so he could be drawing that. He could have aces and kings, and if he has aces and kings, I think he's barreling the river. And then if he's bluffing, then might as well just keep letting to bluff. Just gonna check it to him, and hopefully he bluffs again. So if he had aces here, he's gonna value bet the river. If he had aces, kings, queens, he's gonna value bet the river. And if he's bluffing, he's gonna continue bluffing, right? So I'm gonna put in like check raise here, 85. Defending with king 10 suited, flop top 2. He does have pocket 8s. He just have 8 knights. Oh, wow, that's just loose. That's very loose. Yeah, he only has 8 9. Oh, that's a little bit. Oh, he had a flush. Okay, that makes sense then. I'm gonna start betting the turn. So if I think we check raise the turn, he might actually fold with just a pair and flush draw, because his pair is guaranteed no good when we check raise him on the turn. And then, so he basically had a naked flush draw. So I guess we make the next one in that hand. Feel pretty happy about it. I definitely didn't put him on 10-9 though, because in order to barrel the turn, I just thought that he has to have like an over pocket, and then it's either that or just 2 over cards with no pair, and then he's gonna continue bluffing. Against this guy, we're gonna put in a 3-bet. Yeah, I just thought he had like, if he had aces and kings, he's gonna barrel the river or value bet the river for value bet the river. If he's bluffing with ace king, ace queen, he's gonna continue bluffing on the river. So didn't expect to see a9 suited there. It's a little bit surprised, but it makes sense. Here we do get 4-bet. This guy's a little bit crazy, but I'm just gonna give him like a crazy tag. Probably like recreational player, a little bit weaker, but I'm just gonna fold. Here we get huge squeezed, easy fold. 3-betting with king 10, king queen suited. I'm gonna go for 5x because we're a little bit deeper. This guy's kind of tight though. It's like a nit. If he calls, I'll be like extremely cautious after on the flop. He does just fold, which is good. Opening pocket 5s here. He dunk bet almost pot size. Folding 5s here. If he's a little bit deeper, we can consider calling. And here we're just gonna fold. And we do get 3 bets by calling station. King 9 suited just doesn't play that well. Out of position against his 3 bet range. Three betting with ace 10. Not gonna defend with 6-5 off. 3 betting with queens. Bottom versus cutoff. He does just call. Gonna start with a small c bet here. Folding to the 3 bets. Suited definitely call. Offsuits, like sometimes you can call, sometimes you can fold. 2 flush draw out there. Definitely gonna start betting a little bit bigger. I'm thinking probably have like pocket 9s here, jacks. Let's just fold. A7 against this guy. We're gonna open. Checking behind on this flop. We do flop top pair with a diamond. I'm gonna start with a small c bet. Folding to the bet. Under the gun raise, queen jack offsuit was the fold anyways. Under the gun raise versus against 2 players, recreational player, kind of bad regular, and this guy is obviously a calling station recreational player. Jack 9 suit is a no-brainer, definitely gonna call. Call and see a flop. The greatest flop. And this guy dunks for half the pot, which is gonna fold. Curious to see how the action goes. He just fold. Okay. Ace 10, ace jack suited. Raise. Flop bottom pair. On this board though, I think we can just go for like a small c bet, and it should get the job done. If he doesn't have anything, he does call though. We're only beating a flush draw here, and maybe jack 10, so we're just gonna check. I don't think any of those hands gonna bet the turn. And check in the river. Hopefully he just give up. Gonna start with the small c bet. Here we're gonna do a huge squeeze. He does bet over the pot. We're just gonna fold. Here on this flop, we're just gonna go for 3 streets of value. Because this guy, I don't think he's folding. That's just gonna start with the small c bet. Not the greatest turn, but against a player like that, we're never like folding. We're gonna bet 50, and then if he just call, we get it in on the river. And if he jam, we probably consider folding, but Good thing he just folds, so we don't have to worry about that decision. Pocket aces, gets 3-bet. Under the gun raise, 3-bet. We're gonna put in a 4-bet for sure. Check folding. Unfortunately, there's no action. Three betting with eights. Gonna make it a little bigger. Flop middle sets, that's nice. I'm gonna actually bet pretty big here. Because we're a little deeper, playing 200 big blind deep, we just can't afford going a small c-bet on that kind of flop. Because he could easily have like queen jack for a gut shot, or he can have like jack nine for open-ended straight draw. So we just have to charge those hands as quickly as possible. Defending with king 8 suited, flop top pair. Gonna check behind. I'm gonna bet the turn. We're gonna call this bet because he can have a lot of flush draw, gut shot. After that river though, I think we're just always losing. This river just completes a lot of draws. Here we got check raised. Interesting. I feel like he has a lot of ace high, like ace of diamonds, maybe like ace queen, ace 10 with ace of diamond. You do this check raise, so I don't think we can fold yet. Oh, that's a pretty good river. I'm just gonna check behind. I expect us to lose here all the time. He does have trips, and I think we have to call here. Obviously he can have like ace king, he can have like aces here, but I just don't think that would do. Like unless he have like specifically ace king with the ace of diamond, then I guess check raising the turn makes sense. I just really want to call here. I feel like he's bluffing here very often. Gonna call. Oh, he does have the nuts. Nice hand. Can't always be right, but I'm pretty happy with that decision because he has a lot of ace of diamonds with like ace 10, ace queen with ace of diamonds. It's gonna play exactly the same way. Obviously, we you know. Calling like an idiot, but that happens. We're just gonna check behind here on that river. Chop chop. Here ace 9 suited, we're gonna see a flop because we're a lot like we're super deep, so suited ace is super valuable. Facing that huge 4-bet, just gonna fold. And here we're just gonna call. Raising is definitely a mistake because he has all the aces, kings, queens range in his range. And we only have a draw, so just call. And we do pick up extra equity with the gut shot. We have a lot of 10-9 here, so he has to be concerned. If you bet, we can consider like a small raise. I think we just bet like small. Not even sure if he's gonna believe us. I think Ace King will fold to $30. He does get snap called. He does have King Jack, so it's unlucky that he gets there on the turn. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I still think check raising the flop is probably a mistake. I could be wrong. Just because we're a lot deeper, we're super deep. This is gonna fold. 500, 600, 700, 100. This flop is just gonna check. We do flop a set. He does a small C bet. We're just gonna call. Gonna bet for value. Here defending with ace 2 suited. Definitely gonna put in a 3 bet. With the queen of clubs, we're just gonna go for a small C bet. We turn the queen. Just gonna barrel and check fold the river. And just pick it up the pot. That's nice. 700. Opening with kings. And we don't have any action. Pretty sad. Check folding. Calling with 7-8, 7-6 suited. Here, just gonna fold. Here he donk bet. He will most likely do this with the 8s, so we're just gonna call and see a turn. And we do pick up extra equity with the flush draw. Here we're just gonna check call with mid pair. We do pick up extra open this straight draw, and then if the flush does gets there. Here I think we can barrel, and then we barrel the river. It's very likely that he's gonna fold. We can always hit our hands too. Oh, did not expect that. We don't have that much time bank. I think we have to fold here. We probably have a set. Damn it, should probably just check behind. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess it wasn't the worst. I guess. I mean, if we check behind, then we hit like ace or king, and then we might lose more money. Like versus a set. Here, I'm just gonna fold. Just gonna go for a small c bet here. I know he's folding very little. Here we're just gonna check call. Folding ace jack off, and then ace high was the best hand. Gonna start betting the turn. Three betting with jack nine suited. Facing a 4-bet. This guy does 4-bet quite often. But jack nine suited is just not strong enough to call out of position or make a play. I guess we can jam, but that's a little bit crazy. I'm just gonna fold here. Facing a 3-bet under the gun +1 with pocket tens, which is gonna call. Check calling this flop. Check calling again. Here we're just gonna see bet small. Seven eight suited. Oh, we're gonna see a flop playing that deep. I'm just gonna check here. We do have the best hand. He barrel again. Not folding yet. Just gonna check. I expect him to check back a lot here, and then we do have the best hand. 7-6 suited. Without being an initial raiser with initiative, it just doesn't play that well. So might as well just fold. Because it's just not gonna be a plus EV situation in the long run. Even though it's a pretty hand, and it's always fun to see a flop with that kind of hands, but if it's negative EV, why are we doing it? Not gonna defend what I say. Here with the gut shot and straight draw, flush draw, gut shot, straight draw, and flush draw, we're just gonna go for a small c bet. Pocket tens facing 3-bet and 4 bets from the blind. Really don't want to cold call, but he's most likely gonna fold though, because just never have a strong hand when he just 3-bet this small. We're still just gonna fold though. I'd like to see what happens. Does call, and then we flop over pocket with the open-ended straight draw. This guy 3-bets. We're just gonna fold queen jack off, and don't think pocket 10 is the best hand here, especially after he bets. Guys, good fold. Tap on our shoulder. Being result orientated. Just gonna fold here. Gonna go for a small c-bet. Checking the turn. Probably call this river. We do get check raised. Not check raised, but raised. Definitely not folding with the open and straight draw yet. Calling with ace high. We do have the best hand. It's pretty easy call. Thinking about leading the turn. Just gonna check. That's a super small sizing. Can't fold to that. And now we just check fold. Does have a flush draw. That sucks. I guess he'll call if we lead the turn anyways. We just have to like barrel the river and then we'll take it away. But we can't always play one way, so it's okay sometimes to step on the brake and then play a little more conservatively. There's nothing wrong with that. Defending with Jack 10. Here facing a donk pot bet, we're just gonna fold. Isolating this limper. Huge fish. This guy's like a whale. Play 88% of hands. I'm gonna go for a small c-bet. Club does get there, however we do have a 10 of clubs. And then you just start betting. I think we can't fold yet. Just have to call here and see the river. And he just give up. I just hope that he has like ace of club or something. He was just bluffing for no reason. Okay, go for us. Here we do flop top pair. I'm gonna start with the small c-bet. Opening queen jack off. Here we're gonna defend with ace 6 suited. Actually, we're gonna 3-bet with jack 10. I mean, calling is okay too. I guess we call. Small c-bet. Check calling the turn with ace high. Probably check calling again. He does have a better ace high. Here we pick up a second pair. Just gonna keep barreling. And we only beat flush draws. He does have a king. Flop trips. Not the greatest flop though, it's a lot of draws out there, so we're gonna start with a pretty big c-bet. And he does call pretty quickly. And that's one of the bad turn for us. Jack 10. I guess just do a blocker bet. Good thing we just pick up the pot. Not too happy with that turn. He just pick up a lot more extra equity with that turn card, so I actually feel pretty happy just take it down. If we face like a check raise on a turn, that would be like extremely gross. Defending with threes. This is one of the solid player. Definitely calling with king queen off. Cutoff versus button 3 bets, no brainer. King queen's always a call. You're gonna start leading the turn. I feel like he has a lot of pocket pair here. And here with the gut shot, we're just gonna fold. Just gonna give up. Obviously we can bet huge and just wrap a jack. I think it's value betting like pocket tens or something. Just gonna fold. Like sometimes even you know like what they have, and then you still like can't do much because they probably have a pretty good idea about what you have as well. So even though like we can specifically put someone on a hand, doesn't mean that you get to outplay that guy, you know. Here facing a 3-bet, this guy 3-bet 15% of the time. I'm just gonna do a c-bet here. And checking behind here, and we're just gonna call with nice. I'm gonna just barrel the turn. Here we're gonna call a turn bet, and then okay, our pair is no longer good, and we're gonna check here when the flush gets there. Oh, he jammed. Oh, we're just gonna fold. It's a pretty easy fold. I just don't think we'd be anything here. We're just gonna fold. Give it to him. Pocket deuces. Just gonna fold here. I'm gonna wrap up the session. Defending with ace-5 suited. Here we're gonna go for a small c-bet. Calling with Jack-10 suited in position. Flop open is straight draw. Here we pick up a god flush draw. Not flush draw, just gonna bet the turn. And here we're gonna barrel the turn. Queen Jack does get there, but we block that. And we do get there. At the same time, we pick up a flush draw.